Let's talk about helping a hurting friend. We all go through life, have struggles, pains. We have our own pains, and we recognize that people around us are also experiencing pain. And as believers in Jesus, followers of Christ, people empowered by the Holy Spirit, God has given us a spirit-led, spirit-driven compassion to help those around us. What's the best way to do that? Let's talk about 4 simple things that you need to keep in mind when you want to help a hurting friend. First thing is this: prayer. Pray for your friend. And I don't mean this to sound like a cliche or anything like that, but prayer changes things. Prayer is powerful. And through prayer, you can also soften up your own spirit and your own approach when you go to engage your friend in a conversation to help them. Second thing I want you to keep in mind is listening. Listen to your hurting friend. You should be slow to speak and quick to listen. When people are hurting, sometimes the last thing they need are friends, relatives, authority figures giving them advice or trying to tell them how they should handle it or what they should do. What they most need is a listening ear, a friend who will hear out their problems, who will listen with compassion to what they have to say, whether they agree or not. Everyone has a voice, and everyone needs to be heard. And when you hear out a friend, you bring value to them by acknowledging the legitimacy of what they're feeling. And let's be very honest. We're not life coaches. We're not professional counselors. We probably shouldn't be giving advice anyway. But we can all listen with compassion. Third thing I would suggest to you is this: be kind and affirming. Be nice. Don't be judgmental. Maybe you think your friends made a mistake. Maybe you think they caused their own pain. You don't have to say that. God can reveal that to them through His Holy Spirit when He wants to. Instead, be very kind to them. Be very affirming. They're hurting. They're experiencing pain right now. They need somebody who will just say, "I'm a friend. I love you in spite of your pain." And so be kind, and also be a source of hope while you're being kind and affirming. Let them know that life will get better. The fourth thing I would say is simply this: always point to Jesus. Remember that Jesus is the healer, not us. We're not the healer. Jesus is the one whose stripes heal us. So always point to Jesus. It's a simple thing to do. When your friend shares their hurt with you, ask them if you can pray for them. After you pray, say, "Hey, when I pray, it always makes me feel a little bit better because God hears our prayers and He cares about our sufferings." Finally, remember your limitations. As I said before, we're not professional counselors. We're not life coaches. When you sense that a friend is in real trouble, maybe you think they're suicidal, maybe you think they're going to hurt themselves, that is a time to go to a higher authority, a teacher, a school counselor, youth pastor, your pastor, any kind of an authority figure, even their parents. Let them know what is going on. It's much more important that you save a life than to save a friendship. So even if you think it's going to upset them that you went to a higher power, there are times when you have to do that. Understand your limitations and do the right thing. I pray you have great conversations that help hurting friends in your world and in your school.